Kita Power Tools. Also Ready Seal for those decks. It's goof-proof. Even you can do it. That's Cleveland Lumber Company, 217 Arrowwood Street in Shelby. Open Monday through Friday. They are the builder's choice. Cleveland Lumber Company in Shelby. Attention football fans, looking for a winning smile? Touchdown with Cornerstone Dental Associates. Locally owned and operated in Shelby, their highly trained team brings the most up-to-date, comprehensive care to patients of all ages. With advanced technology and a passion for keeping your family smile in top form, Cornerstone is not your average dental office. They're accepting new patients, so go experience the Cornerstone difference today. Visit cornerstonedentist.com and see why their dental services have outperformed the rest.
The Suzuki King Quad 100% ATV sale is underway at Full Throttle Powersports in Lowell. Get 0% financing for 36 months or up to $1,000 in customer cash. And check out the line of Kawasaki bikes. Save up to $2,000 on select models. Select a Honda ATV and get up to $300 in free accessories. Plus, don't miss the Yamaha Wave Runner Best of Show sales event. Come in for the details at Full Throttle Powersports. 101 Indian Walk in Lowell. Online at ncfullthrottle.com.
Hey fans, after the game, swing by Meep to celebrate with delicious treats and fun meals. Our menu has something for everyone, from fried ice cream and brownies to funnel cake fries that satisfy your sweet tooth. Plus, check out 9 awesome kids combos like quesadilla and taco, chicken fingers and fries, a classic hamburger with fries. With these options, everybody has the perfect post-game craving. Meepubs.com, Meep Mexican restaurant. We continue. Time for the final segment of the post-game show from Crest High School, and it's made possible by Stamey Funeral Home of Falston. Paul Foster and Robbie Roop back with you. We got a few more honors to name, and Rob, we also want to go over, at least when we look at those scoring drives, scoring summaries, those scores that help Crest go on to take over this football game in the second half.
Yeah, absolutely, Paul. And taking a look right quick for Crest, got on the board first quarter, 71-yard TG pass from McSwain to Borders. Then Ashbrook on the board, a 10-yard run, extra point was no good, made it 7-6. Ashbrook scores on a 6-yard McLean run, extra point no good, make it 7-12. All Crest the rest of the way. 48-yard pass McSwain to Michael Edwards, 15-12. 21-yard pass to Michael Edwards, 22-12. And then the final score in the third quarter, 7 seconds to go, 36-yard Aiden Carson run, extra point was good. Final score 29-12.
Another thing that became a factor, certainly for both teams at times tonight, a lot of penalty flags. It got so crazy, I don't even know if we want to go back and try to count all that, but I tell you what, penalties were a big part of this game for a while.
How about this number? 13 penalties for 155 yards. But Crest had 352 yards of offense in the game.
Is that right?
So, that's pretty daggone impressive to pull that off tonight for this offense against a very good defensive team, Paul. So what do you think now about our offensive player of the game, brought to you by Marburger Chevrolet of Shelby? We talked about it. How about Tajay Borders, 106 yards receiving tonight and a touchdown?
I tell you what, we've got so many great receivers on this team. This was certainly his biggest game of the season. Good to see Tajay get it done tonight, and I think very deserving that Marburger Chevrolet of Shelby Offensive Player of the Night.
And our overall player of the game brought to you by S&R Auto Sales of Shelby. We talked about he was our Cool Air player of the game. But also what a night he had. Michael Edwards, 86 yards, receiving tonight, 2 touchdowns, and that incredible catch that he had to give Crest the lead going into halftime.
It wasn't the first time this season that Michael Edwards has got one of the honors in the post-game show, if it was the offensive player or overall player, and it probably won't be the last, at least we hope not. But, yeah, he left us with some memories tonight, especially that one in the traffic that we talked about that was almost 50 yards and all. So, yeah, congratulations, Michael, the SNR Auto Player, overall player of the game. Okay, so that's a recap, certainly, of those great players that stood out tonight. Rob, as you get ready to go on the road for the first time next week, it'll be Stuart Kramer, the opponent. And I would say, if anything, coming out of this, when you get a win again, but again, Rob, there's things that this team can clean up and keep working on.
Yeah, and I think that's going to be important for the coaching staff to keep this team focused, because you just went through a gauntlet in your first 4 games of really good football teams. Not taking anything away from the Storm and Stuart Kramer, but it's not the same level of what you've seen. So it could be a tendency for the kids maybe to kind of let it drift off a little bit. If I'm the coaching staff, you got to stay focused. And again, you've got things to work on.
You sure do. Well, we're going to get ready to send it to the guys on WOHS 101.5 FM and KTCBroadcasting.com. Kevin Hastings and the crew to run down all the scores as we wrap it up here, the postgame show presented by Stamey Funeral Home of Fallston. So next week, Rob, we'll take this Crest show on the road for KTC. We'll be at Stuart Kramer, and, of course, our pregame show festivities will begin at 7 o'clock.
Should be a great one, Paul. Looking forward to it.
Enjoyed working with you tonight.
Yes, sir.
Week number 2 back with Robbie Roop on KTC. That's been a great thing. To all of you tuning in, to all of you supporting the sponsors and everyone else, thank you for being a part of our broadcast tonight from KTC Broadcasting. Crest wins over Ashbrook to stay unbeaten. Final score 29-12. Good night.
Nighttime is the right time at Bristol.
Larson down on the bottom of the racetrack, and it is going to be Denny Hamlin sliding up to the top side.
Trouble in turn number 3. Several cars collected in this incident. Joey Logano, significant damage. J.J. Yaley's car is badly damaged. Here is Hamlin powering up. He wins for the 3rd time at Bristol Motor Speedway.
It's the Bass Pro Shops night race at Bristol Motor Speedway. Saturday night, September 21st at 6:30.
On Carolina Country WCSL, 92.9 FM. For Wolf's event, hosted at Classic Ford Lincoln in Shelby from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. Enjoy car shows and competitions in memory of Keith Biddix, Best in Show, Best Muscle Car, and Best Classic Car, and People's Choice with the public voting. Registration fees are $25 for competition, $15 to show. Enjoy music with DJ Mike Rogers, food from Sandra Lee's Country Kitchen and Uncle Hunt's Concessions. And, of course, there will be dogs, and more dogs. For more information, call Stephen Riviera at 845-701-1337. Wheels for Wolves to benefit Clifford's Army Rescue. All volunteer, 501c3 nonprofit Animal Rescue. When you have experienced the loss of a loved one, you can trust the Stamey Tysinger Funeral Home Cremation Center in Fallston and the Stamey Cherryville Funeral Home and Cremation Service in Cherryville to help guide you through the arrangements necessary to create a meaningful ceremony that will celebrate the unique life being honored. Find out more by visiting the website at StameyTysingerFuneralHome.com, located at 846 East Stagecoach Trail in Fallston, and StameyCherryvilleFuneralHome.com, located at 405 North Dixie Street in Cherryville. For over 56 years, Love's Fish Box has been serving this area with the finest in seafood, and the tradition continues today. You'll enjoy great food in their rustic dining room. Bring the family out. There's something for everyone on the menu, from fish to chicken to steak to salad, sandwiches, and more. Try their after 4 p.m. specials with all the trimmings. On Tuesday, Alaskan White for $7.95. Wednesday, beef tips $10.95. Thursdays, hamburger steak $7.95. Love's Fish Box, 1104 Shelby Road, Highway 74 Business West, Kings Mountain. Online at lovesfishbox.net and like them on Facebook too. And congratulations to the Cleveland County Fair on their 100th anniversary. What can they do at Butler's Tire and Auto Repair in Kings Mountain? How about everything? And I bet you didn't know they can even replace an engine. If you need engine replacement, they can do it. Hey, that's not all. I bet you didn't know they can even replace or build a transmission. And of course, they do tune-ups, oil changes, brake work, and yes, they sell tires at unbeatable prices, and they do North Carolina inspections too. All of this and more at Butler's Tire and Auto Repair, 205 East King Street in Kings Mountain, right across from KFC. Like them on Facebook, too.
Your land, your vision. At James River Equipment, we know every property is unique. Whether you're planting a garden, raising livestock, or just enjoying wide open spaces, we've got the perfect John Deere tractor for you. And right now, you can get 0% financing for 72 months on select John Deere compact tractors. Visit JamesRiverEquipment.com to find a location near you. Ends 10/25/24. Subject to approved credit with John Deere Financial. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details. James River delivers.
Bill Shuford, Heated and Air Conditioning in Shelby, wants to remind you that now is the time to have your AC system serviced. And right now, purchase a 1-year maintenance program for only $255 a year or $20 a month. Duct cleaning as low as $500 for up to 10 runs, and dryer vent cleaning is just $125. And of course, Bill Shuford will install a new system for as low as $85 per month on qualifying systems for qualified buyers. Call 704-484-0025, online at BillShufordHVAC.com, and find them on Facebook too.
Who do I wrestle for?
Facebook too.
Who do I wrestle for?
Brought to you by Full Throttle Powersports of Lowell, NC Full Throttle Powersports.com. I'm Kevin Hastings. Tonight in the studios tonight, we got Dennis Davis, Will the Thrill Boykins, and Steve DeGrees in the house. Juwan stopped by, so tell us a little bit about Cherville, maybe. We'll talk to him in a minute. But first, we got on the line Richard Martin with a battle up in Rutherford County, Hendersonville tonight, with a victory tonight, 19-14 over the RS Central Hilltoppers. Now, let's see if I pressed all the buttons right and crossed my fingers. Richard, you got me?
Yeah, I got you. How's it going, Kevin?
There we go, Richard. Appreciate you. The broadcast night, you and Jonathan did a great broadcast. You got another good close game up there in Rutherford County. Tell us about the Hilltoppers and the Bearcats tonight.
Yeah, well, the story of this game was both teams were going to establish the run because that's what both teams have done well. And that's how Hendersonville started off. They had an 11-play, 81-yard drive to open the game and punctuated by a 12-yard touchdown run by Jerron Ward, the quarterback for Hendersonville. Took a 7-0 lead at the end of the first quarter. In the second quarter, RS Central got something going finally. They were able to cross the 50 after having 2 straight drives, got 3 and out. And Carlin McIntyre, the star running back for the Hilltoppers, on a 4th down play, takes the ball 43 yards for a touchdown, and they tied up at 7. But Hendersonville able to answer. Hezzy Rusil with a 36-yard run and then sets up a 3-yard touchdown scamper by Jerron Ward. But the point after touchdown is blocked, and Hendersonville goes up 13-7 at halftime. Third quarter, both teams only get 1 drive apiece. That's how this game went. It was a very methodical pace for both teams as Hendersonville scores on a 24-yard touchdown pass from Jerron Ward to Ford Pace. They try to go for 2. They don't get it. It's 19-7 at that point. And RS Central gets the ball back, and they go 3 and out. So you think, okay, they have to punt it away. The punt gets partially blocked. The problem was the Hendersonville player ran right into the punter, roughing the punter, keeps the drive alive. And then RS Central was able to keep the drive alive again on another 4th down conversion, this time a 7-yard run by McIntyre. Jason Simmons able to get the pass game going, a 19-yard pass to Elmer Littlejohn, and that sets up another run by McIntyre. He powers into the end zone for a 3-yard touchdown to make it 19-14, heading into the 4th. And in the 4th quarter, it was all about defense. The defense is finally able to get some stops. Elmer Littlejohn makes an insane one-handed interception at his own 10-yard line to give RS Central the ball back. Rudisill then, however, makes an interception 3 plays later. Hendersonville's got the ball deep in RS Central territory, and they fumble the ball. They're able to get a stop, though, and RS Central has to punt it. Hendersonville has a drive going. They're deep in territory again. They decide to go for it and ice the game instead of kicking the field goal because they had one blocked earlier, and then they come up short. RS Central has a chance with 2 minutes left and about 40 seconds left. It's a 4th down pass. It gets dropped by Littlejohn. Good coverage by Hendersonville, and Hendersonville wins the ball game. RS Central wasn't able to pass the ball well tonight, and so that's been kind of the glaring issue. They only had 4 completed passes for 51 yards, but they were able to run well. McIntyre ran for 98 yards, ran for 108 yards on about 24 carries and 2 touchdowns. But it was Jerron Ward's show for Hendersonville. 10 of 14, 141 yards, a touchdown, didn't throw 1 interception. Also had 10 carries, 34 yards, and 2 touchdowns. He's only a sophomore. He was a freshman last year and did well against RS Central. So Hendersonville's got a good quarterback for the next couple of years, and that's a fun thing to watch. RS Central, man, a lot better than last year, I think. If they can get that passing offense going, they will be a very dangerous team.
Well, Richard, Hilltoppers we've got, and we're not going to see them for another couple of weeks. This week, we're going to see the Chase Trojans coming up next week against East Rutherford. Chase lost tonight, big time to Freedom. East Rutherford's put up a lot of points tonight. Big rivalry next week. Is Chase in a little trouble maybe next week with these Cavaliers?
Well, I mean, both times that we've seen East Rutherford, I've seen them. East Rutherford's defense has some trouble stopping the run, and Chase has been able to run the ball at times this year, and so that can be an issue for East Rutherford. Granted, they played 2 triple option teams in those games that we had, but again, it's a rivalry game. You never know. Chase is going to be motivated to go in and prove something to East Rutherford. East Rutherford, though, they're wanting to get a big win. That offense is very powerful, very dangerous. So, again, they could be another high-scoring affair depending on what the East Rutherford defense can do against this rushing attack of Chase. But I think East Rutherford, as of right now, I'd give the edge to East Rutherford based on how their defense has looked at times. They have been able to make some plays, and if they just make a couple more plays, they could probably run away with this one next week.
All right, Richard. Well, coming up, we'll have East at Chase, Hendersonville at Chase, East at Hendersonville, and then RS at East, and then the Griffins and the Rams, and then Chase at RS Central to end up the season. I appreciate you calling us and all the work you do up there, Richard, and thanks for everything up there on WAGY.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you, Richard. That's Richard Martin, and with the Hilltoppers tonight falling against Hendersonville 19-14. I'm going to go check these phones. Guys, I'll let you guys give some of the finals that I do have up. The Black Scores folks are finals right now, working on some of the other scores as we speak. Get some of our callers on the radio. If you guys want to go up, Black Scores are finals. Red Scores are still active. I'm doing the best I can. We'll get them going in just a second.
All right, Kevin. Will, why don't you take that column over on the right?
You're going to send me to the right.
Do what?
You're going to send me to the right. It's on the one final on the right, Will. Say what now? It's on the one final to the right. So the one final, we have 2 finals on the right-hand side. We have Pine Lake Prep, 30, Mountain Islands Raptors, 28, and the Elkin Bucking Elks, 28, South Stoke 13. That's the final. We also have Shelby 56-0 over. Is that a final though?
It was 70-0.
70-0. The final score there. 70-0. We have Burns 50-8 over Highland Tech right now, which that'd be Highland Tech's first loss of the season. Puts them at 3-1. We have Community School of Davidson 42, Bishop McGinnis Villains 7. No score in the Trinity game. No score in the Owens game. We have Mount Airy 33, North Stokes 0. That's not a final. That's what we have for the score right now. No score in the Winston-Salem Caller game. We got how do you say that? Corvian. Corvian 41, Winston-Salem Prep 6. That's not a final. And we don't have a score in the Roseman game. Roseman, Avery County.
All right, we got here in the middle is we've got Hendersonville and RS Central. Hendersonville 19, RS Central 14. We've got Lincolnton 14, Bunker Hill 32. We've got Brevard 16, East Rutherford 14. We've got West Caldwell 0, Newton Conover 28. We've got East Burke 6, Maiden 29. We've got Chase 13, Freedom 63. We've got North Wilkes Vikings 13, Surrey Central 48. Now, those other fill-in scores, I don't have them, Steve.
Well, we're going to go real quick while I'm rounding it up. Steve, let's talk a little bit about you guys tonight, who you're proud of and how the Lions did here in Cherokee night. Big win tonight, of course, and tell us a little bit about, what you guys saw, what you guys can prove on here in the next few weeks. Looking forward to towards the end of the season and the playoffs.
Well, tonight was a good night. We got to play all our young men. We had some young men who practiced through 4 weeks and hadn't got to play. So tonight we played everybody. As you see, the score was 56-0 at halftime. The final score ended up being 70-0 because they had to run the clock the second half. Our quarterback, I think he threw maybe 4 touchdowns. He had to have in the neighborhood of 300 yards because I know two touchdowns was over 80 yards a piece. One like 85, maybe one was 80. One to J.J. Williams, and the other one to Man. We call him Man. Collins, Emmanuel Collins. Also, number 19 caught a touchdown. Help me out, Will. The man, number 19.
Tyler Morgan.
Yeah, excuse me. Get tongue-tied. Yeah, Tyler Morgan also caught a touchdown. And then, of course, Christian Tate ran one. And we also had Nick Norris to score from the running back position. As you see, we got everybody in. And also we put our second quarterback in, which is Larry Raper's son, Kendall. He threw the touchdown to Bubby. We call him Bubby Foster. And he also scored the last touchdown. And I was impressed with Trevor for the kids, the amount of kids they had. Will they play pretty strong, pretty tough. But we just when you got 70, 60 kids and they ain't got but 20, the odds are not too good. It's not too good, and I don't know what else to say because it's not really fair for those kids to have to play us.
Well, Steve, we got a caller on the line now. David Potter from our Lincoln County Game of the Week this week. Statesville at North Lincoln. The Knights win tonight over the Greyhounds, 39-14. And how good of a Knights team we got here, David? You there?
Yes, I'm here, and yes, they're pretty darn good. They really took control of this game. They've got a lot of injury issues. I mean, their best defensive player cut his foot getting in a hot tub, and I mean, just crazy stuff going on. And North Lincoln didn't miss a beat. They played almost a perfect first half. No penalties. Gave up one 80-yard touchdown run, and that was it. And they had a 25-6 lead at halftime. And
everybody from there. Well, David, everybody, was in in that conference tonight. Had two huge matchups with undefeated teams, and of course we do the Lincoln County games. East Lincoln follows 42-21 at East. Bunker Hill wins tonight over Lincoln in 32-14, and West falls 17-15. So North is the only victorious team in the county tonight.
And I'll tell you what, Bandy's looked pretty good in the scrimmage, but I mean, they were playing North Lincoln in the preseason scrimmage, and North really took it to them. But Bandy's has really been a pretty good story here, going 4-0. A bit of a surprise. I don't think anybody had them being undefeated at this point, but there they are. They beat Lincolnton, who's they're not a bad team. They're 0-4, but their schedule's been brutal. South Point, North Lincoln, East Lincoln, and Bunker Hill. It's not quite the 27 Yankees, but it's pretty darn close.
Well, David, who is your players of the game tonight?
Players of the game, sub of the game was Houston Summey. He came in, filled some of the roles that Ryan Bassani normally did, and allowed Brady Rinkus was the defensive player of the game, but it could have easily been Tanner Ayers too. Brady Rinkus is going to be in the nightmares of Ethan Pate, who's the quarterback for Statesville. There were so many plays where he just came blowing in there and put pressure on him and wouldn't let him set up the pass. So, I mean, great job defensively by North Lincoln. They had three different times where they sacked the quarterback on fourth down plays. Not only did they get a turnover on downs, but they also gained yardage for their offense in the process. And I believe each time North Lincoln went down and scored. So it was really defense made some nice plays and gave the offense some momentum. And and then offensively, there were three players that really did a great job stats-wise for North Lincoln. Co-offensive players of the game, Landon Agee, 6 carries, 79 yards. He had a 61-yard run in the fourth quarter to set up a Shannon Wingate touchdown. And Tim Folk had some long runs, 5 carries for 84 yards. And then the overall player of the game was Shannon Wingate, the fullback, 23 carries, 150 yards, 4 touchdowns. So, and orchestrating it all, and I don't want to leave him out, quarterback Eli Sipe does a great job knowing when to hand off. He made a great pitch on one play to Landon Agee. Agee jumped over his own player at the corner, kept running down the field, and a player for Statesville jumped on him, and Agee dragged him 25 yards further down the field. I hope that somebody got a video of that. It was an amazing play, set up another touchdown. He took it from the 40-yard line all the way down to the 5 and Wingate punched it in. They just really dominated the game. Third quarter, Statesville got a little bit going, but other than 2 big plays, an 80-yard touchdown run and a 57-yard touchdown pass, they were shut down. North Lincoln did a really good job in shutting them down. So that sets up next week.
Hey, this is Steve DeGree. That's one thing about that offense that North Lincoln runs. Once they get ahead of you, they're just gonna play ball control, pound it, 3 yards in the cloud of dust. And if you get 3 or 4 yards on every play, you consistently run the clock out. That's one thing that's good about that offense. So when you get ahead, ball control, it's like South Point and all these teams that runs the ball. That's a great offense for them to have.
Well, we said the same thing on the broadcast. It's like, this would be a great time for a long drive by North Lincoln. And then they cranked out a 2-play, 83-yard drive, a 61-yard run, and a 22-yard run. Boom, 34 seconds, 2 plays, they get another touchdown. They do have a big strike capability out of that offense.
Yeah, because sometimes when, like it's 4th and 1 and those cornerbacks and linebackers chicks up to the line, once the running back breaks through, there's nobody back there but the safety. And if the safety can't tackle, it's a long run.
And I don't think that was the situation on any of the runs tonight. Wingate got a couple good runs, 22, 21. He had another one for 25, and this was just straight shots up the middle against a regular defense. Yeah, but if they can get Falk and Agee out on the corner, they've got some speed, and it really opens up things for Wingate as well. They play off each other. If Wingate gets going, you can get the outside stuff going, and vice versa.
Yeah, that's the idea of that triple option. You stop the fullback, then you got to worry about the wing back. Stop the wing back, you got to worry about the dive play. Then if you got a good running quarterback, that makes it even dimensional. So actually, you got 4 guys back there. You got to worry about running the ball. You don't know which one going to run it at any given time.
And that one run by Folk where he dragged the guy down the field, or I'm sorry, Agee, he never looked to make the pitch. He came down the line. He was about to get tackled. He didn't even look to see where his pitch man was. He flung it out there, and he nailed him at stride. I mean, it was a great play. They run it so well, they know where everybody's going to be. And he kept the spacing like he should, the running back and the quarterback, and it just makes it so hard for the defense.
Yeah, so the quarterback got certain keys to read, too. If that end crashes, he'll pitch it. The end go out, the quarterback keeps it. So, so that's probably was a good read, too. So I'm just glad,
Yeah.
I like that offense, in certain situations, because I'm offensive line coach. So, I know them offensive linemen was really glad, pounding.
You like that
ground,
offense
pounding
because y'all made it 250
They're going to
years
need
over
some
there.
long
Sure.
drives next week, time-consuming ones if they want to stay with Hickory, because Hickory's got such a quick strike capability themselves. They need to keep close. Like you said, it's a good offense if you're ahead, and that's what they did tonight. They just grounded out, got to a big lead, and held on. And then they're going to need to do the same thing with Hickory. They're going to need to stay in the ball game. If they get far behind, they're going to be in trouble.
Because sometimes the guys on defense, they're going to try to take a chance and try to jump it. And if they ever try to jump it, like you say, all you need is 4 and 5 yards a clip and, touchdown. Do it every time, touchdown,
All right, David, appreciate you guys the next couple weeks. Let's see, you got West Lincoln at Maiden, Lincoln at Bandy's, West Caldwell at Lincoln, and Ford at North Lincoln. Any preview on the West Lincoln Maiden game for next week?
Well, West Lincoln, kind of surprised they went up to Bandy's and lost. It was a close game like people expected, but I'd be curious to see what the stats look like, whether West Lincoln was able to run the ball like they usually do, or if Bandy's bottled them up, or if there were turnovers, that sort of thing. I'll be curious to see what exactly kept West Lincoln down like that. And Maiden, I know some people up at Maiden, and they weren't too optimistic at the beginning of the year, but they seem to be getting their act together. I mean, it's not the Maiden teams we saw 2-3 years ago, where it was just a high flying circus, and they would put up a ton of points. But they seem to be getting their act together. A win tonight. They beat, I think it was South Caldwell last week. If I remember correctly, I think that makes them 3-1. So they may be a little better than they thought they were going to. People thought they were going to be at the beginning of the season.
All right, David, well, appreciate it and everything you and Scott do, and take care of us in Lincoln County, and good luck in next week's ball game.
Okay, thanks for having us.
All right, thank you, David Potter, with the Lincoln County Game of the Week with Scott Tudor. They had this week's Game of the Week was North Lincoln wins 39-14 over Statesville. All right, guys, I got some new scores coming in. We'll let y'all guys kind of go over some of those. Let me go see if I can get. We got to get Pasco. We're going to talk to him in a minute. But we're going to talk to Robbie Roop in a few minutes as well about that big Crest game and Ashbrook game as well. But folks, real quick, I'm going to let Dennis, if y'all just go over the finals real quick, the black scores, and then we're going to take a break and then get resituated. How about that?
All right.
All right.
Steve, you want to take the first column there?
Yeah, if I can see it. Okay. He's got it sort of small. Okay, we got Crest 29, Ashbrook 12. We got the North Lincoln Knights 39, the Statesville Greyhounds 14. Got the Kings Mountain Mountaineers 39, the Hunter Huskers 13. We got the Hickory Red Tornadoes 42, East Lincoln Mustangs 21. They doubled them up. And we got the South Point Red Raiders 44 and Stuart Kramer 7. And we're down here. We got what's that?
Go to that North Davidson score and drop down.
North Davidson. Okay, I see Watauga 47, North Davidson 21, and at the bottom down there, we thought Fred T4 was gonna get their first win, gentlemen, but it didn't happen. It's North Iredale 23, Fred T4 at 16.
Now I think I've got a final here on the board, Steve. It says the AC Reynolds Rockets 21 and the other team 0, but the final score I've got is AC Reynolds 56, North Buncombe 6. I'll take the middle column. Will, if you'll get the far right again. We got Hendersonville and RS Central in a close game tonight. Hendersonville 19, RS 14. And we've got another close game between Bandy's and West Lincoln, 17-15 Bandy's. So, Terry, your West Lincoln Rebels played hard tonight, but they didn't win. We got the Lincolnton Wolves 14, the Bunker Hill Bearcats 32. We've got Brevard Blue Devils 24 and the East Rutherford Cavaliers 21. That's 2 tough losses in a row for East Rutherford. A total of 3 points in 2 weeks, and they lost 2 games.
4 points.
4 points.
4 points, okay.
1 point last week and 3 points this week.
All right, we got West Caldwell 7 and Newton Conover 35. And we've got East Burke 6 and Maiden 29. We've got Chase 13, Freedom 63. I guess after Gaffney, they're ready to score some points. And we've got North Wilkes Vikings 13, Surrey Central Eagles 48. And Will, I'd let you have that last column if it was up there. There it is.
All right, we got the Shelby Golden Lions 70, Turbo Ironman 0, Burns Bulldogs 56, Highland Tech Rams 8, Pine Lake Prep 30, Mountain Island Charter 28, Community School of Davidson 42, Bishop McGinnis 7, Drone 28, Owen 3, and the Elkin Bucking Elks 28, and the South Stokes, I have no idea what that is. Saras 13.
What's a Sara, Kevin?
I guess it's native.
I'm guessing that's the tribe.
Native tribe.
Native tribe.
All right, we're gonna take a break.
Indian.
We're gonna take a break and we'll come back in just a minute on KTCBroadcasting.com.
Or freezer. If you win the Where's the Beef contest, we'll be giving away $1,000 in beef from Morris Supermarket and Broad River Hams in Shelby. You could win up to $1,000 in beef. Register today at one of our local participating merchants, including at Flooring America on Slater Street in Kings Mountain, at Dallas Express Pharmacy on Huffman Street in Dallas, at Holly's Flowers on East Graham Street in Shelby, at Carfair Auto Sales on the Bessemer City Road in Gastonia, at Innovative Pools on East King Street in Kings Mountain, at Full Throttle Powersports on Indian Walk in Lowell, at Arnold's Jewelry on South Lafayette Street in Shelby, at Hillbillies Barbecue and Steaks on South Main Street in Lowell, at the 3500 Grill on Highway 18 north of Shelby, and at Shelby Hardware on South Lafayette Street in Shelby. Register today. The drawing will be held Friday, November 1st.
Where's the beef?
Get ready to celebrate 100 years of tradition, family fun, and unforgettable memories at the Cleveland County Fair in Shelby, North Carolina, presented by Albemarle. From thrilling rides and exciting games to delicious food and live entertainment, there's something for everyone. Join us from September 26th to October 6th for this historic event at North Carolina's largest county fair. Grab your tickets today at clevelandcountyfair.com, and let's make this a celebration to remember.
You pull, you save money at Auto Parts U Pull and Scrap Metal in Shelby and Lincoln. And yes, they buy cars and trucks any year, any size, any condition. They'll even come and tow your vehicle in. They might even buy your house. They also buy copper, aluminum, steel, cast iron, tin, and brass. See the king of parts. That's Auto Parts U Pull and Scrap Metal. Open 8 till 5, Monday through Friday at 1025 County Home Road in Shelby and 851 Car Farm Road in Lincoln. Online at autopartsupull.com and see their page at whatsupshopper.com. And like them on Facebook too. From Shelby, turn off Highway 74 at Highway 226, up Highway 226 to the caution light at Zion Church Road. There on the corner is Kibo's. Been there for over 20 years. Kibo's, where you'll find Hunt Brothers Pizza, snacks, candy, chips, also soft drinks, hand-dipped and packaged ice cream, bread, tobacco products, and much more. Yes, that's Kibo's. And don't forget to fill that vehicle up with gasoline at Kibo's, 226 North at the caution light in Shelby.
At Kimbrell's Furniture in Forest City and Shelby, they make your hard-earned money go further. This month, they are dedicating the savings to you, their hard-working customers. Prices have been slashed like all remaining patio furniture, now 40% off. Save $150 on a big TV console, now $199. Save $500 on a big sectional, now $899. Buy here, pay here. Visit your nearest Kimbrell's Furniture. 207 East Main Street in Forest City, 300 West Dixon Boulevard in Shelby, online at Kimbrells.com, and come on and register to win the $1,000 Where's the Beef contest.
Atlanta Braves Baseball on the Boss, WOHS, Shelby, North Carolina, your beach, oldies, and sports stations.
The true oldies channel, WOHS, 101.5 FM and 1390 AM. The Boss.
And welcome back to Friday Night Postgame Show, brought to you by Full Throttle Powersports of Lowell. I'm Kevin Hastings, along with Will Boykins, Dennis Davis, and Steve DeGrees in the house. And we got some scores and more here on KTCBroadcasting.com. I'm going to turn it over to the guys for a minute. And I know you guys are wanting to see the scores, so let me get that out of y'all's fellas' way over there. And there you go. So we do got some more scores up on the board, and I'm gonna let we got a caller. So give me about 1 second, Dennis, as you talk about a little bit of we're gonna have a bookkeeping player of the week this week.
Appreciate Noel sponsoring this, and they're giving away a trophy every week and a big $250 prize at the end of the year, Will, for being the player of the year, and it's been selected from all the outstanding players throughout every week, so we got 16 weeks of games. And so you got, chances are we've had some real good nominees so far, and we're going to pick out a player tonight. And I've already got mine in mind, Will, because there's one play tonight.
Yes, sir.
That was, I think, outstanding. And Kevin's promised me we're going to see it on the highlights tonight. And you're going to say, oh, no, he didn't. Yes, he did. Yes, he did, kind of thing. And I tell you what, Robbie Roop on the replay will be good. Maybe I gave it away right there.
Maybe
I did.
All right,
anyway.
All right, guys, we got Tom Cinefani on the line to talk to us about this Burns win tonight and against Highland Tech. You got you, Mr. Cinefani?
Shine some light on that game tonight, Tom.
Hey,
yeah,
Tommy.
Thanks,
Tommy,
guys.
before you start,
I do want to take a moment and just remember that the boys that passed away on the tragic accident we had at our school, Deke Hopper and Jalen Abraham, and just our thoughts and prayers go to their families. And it was we had heavy hearts today, but
I'm glad they decided to play, and I think they kind of did it for those kids to kind of lift up the school, and also Xavier Sanders, who is hospitalized and stable, and he's expected to make a full recovery. So just want to tell everybody, please keep those young men and their families and their friends in their thoughts and prayers, and just hope for a mental healing for our community. And lots of thoughts and prayers have been going out. We do appreciate that. We appreciate all the love that everybody's shown our community.
Well, we did acknowledge them in the pregame, Tom, and I appreciate you coming from you especially. I think it's good to make another mention of those folks and the community as a whole.
And the kids were, they handled it the best they could. It's a lot to process for young people. So. But they did decide to play this football game today, and I'm glad they did decide to play it. And it was a big night for Marshall McGowan, who had two passing touchdowns, 3 rushing touchdowns. He was our player of the game. Kevin, I'll get you the exact stats when I get home. I'm still driving. I think he had, I want to say it was 57 yards passing and about another 70 on the ground. He also had 2-point conversions. So he just had a big offensive night. Goodson had a scoop and score fumble return and an 80-yard touchdown, or 83-yard touchdown. So it was, it was a slow start. First offensive possession, we had 3 straight penalties. And Highland Tech nearly recovered a onside kick on the opening kickoff. So it was a slow start, but once the offensive machine got cranked up, they just kind of ran away. Highland just doesn't have the amount of players, it doesn't have the athletes to really hang around very long. But their running back Jeffries had 17 carries, did have a touchdown. That kid's a pretty tough kid, and running right at Burns. I tell you what, he took a lot of hits, but tip the cap to their kids. They played hard all night. Just didn't have enough to stay with Burns.
Well, Tom, we made an observation on the pregame show that, it's like when you graduate from high school, you go out into the real world, and they came into the real world of football tonight facing Burns. Burns is a different game from what they'd been playing. I think their schedule benefited them to get some, some things, confidence build up. But Burns is a contender in a very good conference of you and Shelby. So we're looking for that final game down the road. Now, next week, you've got a bye, so you can heal up some things and get ready for that final stretch, Tom.
Yeah, next week is a bye week for Burns. We host the following week. We'll host Bessemer City, and I do want to apologize to all of our listeners. That wasn't our best broadcast. We didn't have an elevated platform. We had fans standing in front of us. We had, trying to look down the sideline. We were on one side of the field, so it was very hard to keep up with the statistics and where the ball was and who had the ball. So we do apologize for that. But Highland Tech decided to play it on their campus, and in years past they've used other facilities, but they just decided that they would have it on their campus. So we did the best we could, and Matt and I appreciate, that Matt and Trent and Joe Weibrel and all the folks that tried to put it together the best we can. But and when you had the lights go off at halftime, it was like, what's going to go wrong next? But they did decide to run the clock in the second half, and so it was over pretty quickly. But a good game and they do need to fine-tune some things, though, Dennis. I will say one thing that I didn't like, 3 straight holding penalties, their first 3 offensive plays, and they ended up, I want to say, I had it written down, I have to check, 7 penalties on the night, totaled somewhere around 65 yards of penalties. So I think they're gonna be in the coach's office discussing some ways to cut down on those, especially as the schedule gets a little tougher late in the season.
Hey, Tom, this is Steve. I got a question. Did y'all kick y'all too? Did y'all kick your extra points tonight? or do you just go for?
We only kicked 2. They usually went for 2.
Right.
They missed both the extra points they tried to kick, and I know what you're talking about. That field has woods on one end, or you kick it on top of the school on the other end. It's it's a little silly to be honest. That's not really a place where you could have pee-wee football there. You know what I mean? Or you could even have middle school football, but to host a varsity football contest on that facility is just it's just not real conducive to what we like to do at a broadcast. So, or you know, like you say, Steve, your kicking game or anything like that. So, I mean, I'm glad that one's behind us, and I look forward to being in the comfy confines of Ron Green Stadium next week.
But Tom, let's just
one
be
other
honest.
thing too. You know, not to cut you off, Dennis. The reason I said that because last year we played down there, and we kicked the ball at the bottom end down in the woods. We never did find our football. That's the reason I said.
Yeah, I know. That's why they don't kick them there. So they usually just went for 2, you know, and they brought in a guy who never gets a chance to kick, and unfortunately he didn't make it, and he was actually short on the PAT. He kind of chunked it a little bit. So some of the boys that Shelby's had in the past, some of those big time kickers. I'm dating myself a little bit, but I think if Tyler Asher or Brent Pasco was still kicking field goals, those balls would have been on top of the school. So
that's right.
Just not a good place for a varsity contest. It is what it is. Last time we were there, we were at Hunter Huss High School. It was a lot easier to do the broadcast, but you know, sometimes you just make do, and we did the best we could and got the win, moved to 3-2 into the bye week, and then looking forward to an improved Bessemer City team coming to Ron Green Stadium the first week in October.
Well, Tom, we appreciate all the efforts you put into bringing a broadcast to us tonight under difficult circumstances in what could best be described as a practice field. And I noticed in your little pregame thing, you said that you were at the pasture, and I think that was being kind.
That was not being.
It was a little. I will admit, I'd be lying. There are a number of circumstances that bit of frustration. Let's just put it like that, Dennis. I mean, there was a few things, and but you know, after what we've been through this week, there's bigger things. You know, there's bigger things, absolutely. And there'll be more broadcasts, and there'll be more games, and we'll get another chance. So did the best we could tonight, and proud of our kids, proud of the way they've handled themselves this week at school, and looking forward to hosting Bessemer City in a couple weeks.
Well, you guys take the week off and heal, Tom, and you know our thoughts and prayers are with you and the Burns Bulldogs.
Yeah, and again, thanks to the greater community. I know I've had some of my high school classmates even checking in on me, and people on Facebook checking in on me. And you know, unfortunately, I didn't personally know the young men, but I knew a lot of kids that did, and I can tell you they were good kids. It's a shame, it's a tragedy, and if I could say one thing, any kid that's listening, any kid driving a car, please be careful. Your parents want you to come home. Please be careful and make sure you go home.
Tom, thank you for a job well done tonight. Take a little break, and if you get lonely next week, drop by the studio and join us here for a little fish and post-game show.
Well, as much as you guys talk about Fish Box and Calvin on Frog Leg Friday and all this stuff, I tell you what, I had Pete's Fish Box last week. Jackie and I split a shrimp plate, so we had a good Pete's Box last Friday. So it may be a repeat occurrence this coming up Friday.
Come on by.
All right. Well, I appreciate you guys.
Appreciate you too,
Tom.
Thank you, Tom.
All right, gentlemen. We never did give that last set of scores over there. I'm afraid to let Steve handle that first score in the last column.
He might get too happy.
Could you handle that for him?
Well, actually, fellas, I told couple of parents came to the game.
Guys, we ain't got time for all y'all. Robbie Roop's on the phone.
Okay. Come on, Roop. The Roopster.
Hey, Robbie, welcome back.
What's going on, guys?
Miss you, man. I love you, brother.
Hey, I want to add, just coming on right after Tom, just want to echo what he said from the Crest community.
Yeah.
Just, we're thinking about the Burns folks and everything they've been through. And I know what it was like because I lost a classmate to a car accident whenever I was in high school. So I understand what they're going through. And I always say Cleveland County strong when it comes to athletics, but Cleveland County strong when it comes to things like this, too. We're going to be there for each other. So just thoughts and prayers to the Burns community.
Robbie, you had a tremendous game tonight. You had me a little worried there right before halftime, but then I heard your call. Could you go back and tell us a little bit more about that play?
I'm so thankful Shannon Allen was there to get that thing on video, guys. We just reserved ourselves to the fact that Crest is going to go in down into half, and they had to come out and play better in the second half. And then McSwain turned one loose and Mike Edwards. I swear there was nothing but a sea of white jerseys blowing to the Ashford Green Wave. And the next thing you know, there was this green jersey in the middle of them making the catch, taking in for a touchdown. I'm still not sure how Michael Edwards come down with the ball. Mike was our player of the game. He ended up with 86 yards receiving with 2 touchdowns. He deserved to be player of the game just off of that one catch. I'm still not sure how it's like Paul said. He said, I was ready to say either interception or Ashford could knock the ball down because there were so many white jerseys there. I don't know how Mike Edwards came out of there with that football.
Well, Robbie, you have been following Crest for many, many years. Ashbrook always comes out somehow to play Crest tough. They can have an 0-5 or 0-9 record, and they'll play Crest to the hilt. And I thought, this is going to be the year they finally do it. But I want to know, that play, I think, maybe broke their spirit a little bit when Mike came down with that ball and scored right before the half with 8 seconds to go to give Crest the lead back.
And they never scored again.
Can you describe the second half for us?
I tell you what, I don't have enough good. I tell you what, I don't have enough good things to that, and that's Frank Toms, Crest defense coordinator. Ashbrook had very few yards in the second half when Crest made some adjustments. I mean, they played lights out. Ashbrook was big. They were physical. They're going to be, for the top part of the conference, they still got the rest of the conference to play. And I'm telling you, South Point, Kings Mountain, those teams, Ashbrook's going to put up a fight. A.J. McClain, their sophomore quarterback, can get it done with his arm, get it done with his legs. But the Crest defense in the second half of that game played about as good as they could play. A little worried about Crest injury-wise. They had some guys come out of the game beat up. But Ashbrook did too. It became a war of attrition. It seemed like every other play there was somebody having to be helped off the field because these two teams in the second half lined up and punched each other in the mouth, and Crest was just able to land more punches.
Like a Rocky fight. It was a slugfest, if you will. And Crest came out on top, and now they're in a position, Robbie, 4-0. Now, who have you got next?
And one thing Coach Lloyd's got to be, I know he's concerned about, Crest had 150 yards of penalties in this game.
Wow.
Still had 350 yards of offense, but had another 150 yards of penalties. Southern Coach Lloyd said they've got to work out and take care of. Next week, Crest is on the road. They've played 4 straight games at home. They're on the road next week to take on Stuart Kramer. It's when you've played the teams they've played to start the year, hopefully the kids stay focused and do what they need to, not take anything away from Stuart Kramer. But Stuart Kramer's not Ashbrook. They're not Charlotte Catholic. They're not Shelby, and they're not the Burns Bulldogs.
Well, they've got
just got to come out and make sure you stay focused and stay healthy.
They've got a beautiful campus down there, Robbie, located in a wonderful part of Gaston County, and they're going to be in a position one of these days where they can really develop some football talent. I understand, the rivalry between them and South Point right now is their biggest rivalry, but you guys are on everybody's list. So be careful when you go to some place like Kramer or Forest View or somebody, you can expect a knockdown, drag-out fight to the end because of the history you've had, and they can knock off the big boys, which is Crest.
A lot of times, when you're a program like Crest, a Shelby, a Burns, a Kings Mountain, a lot of times you're that other team's Super Bowl. So you have got to come out ready to play.
Absolutely.
When you're the fastest gun in the West, there's always a guy wanting to take you on and show you that, no, you're not.
I couldn't believe Trevor played Shelby for homecoming.
They thought they could beat you, Steve.
That was an insult to me.
Now, would Shelby have played Cherryville for homecoming?
Probably.
Yeah. Well, turnabout's fair play.
Turnabout is fair play.
It might have something to do with
it.
The schedule might have something to do with it too.
Well, Robbie, next week, you guys, like you said, you're going to Stuart Kramer, and then to South Point, and then so we'll have you guys on WHS Radio next week. Good to hear from you again, Rob.
I think he went away.
All right, maybe when we get to the highlights, Kevin, you can show us that play. I've seen it on a replay already, and like Robbie described it, you just wonder, wait a minute, did he catch that ball?
Hope you got a replay of Tyler Morgan's touchdown too, where Jeremy caught the ball and cut back, shoe came off, and he still ran 40 yards for a touchdown.
Who needs shoes, Steve?
So that could be one.
Tyler, how you lose a shoe with them big old feet? He got some.
That could be one of the players. What you call it, a highlight play?
Yeah.
That could be one of the highlight plays of the week. Scored with no shoes. He said that he told his mother at the game, I believe I set a record for the longest touchdown run with no shoes on.
There you go.
All right, so nominations so far for our players of the week: Michael Edwards of Crest, 86 yards receiving and 2 touchdown catches. Will read yours, 200 yards, 3 touchdowns. What was the name? I forgot the young man's name.
TJ Armstrong.
TJ Armstrong from Kings Mountain is our nominee for Kings Mountain. Waiting on Tom and Brent to send in their yardages and scores for their players of the week this week. When we come back, we're going to nominate our numbers bookkeeping player of the week, and we're going to go over an updated top 10 and do the highlights from tonight's games. Highlights coming up next. KTCBroadcasting.com.
UHS, Shelby, North Carolina, your beach oldies and sports stations. Online at KTCBroadcasting.com.
As we head into the weekend, of course, we're looking ahead to the first official day of fall on Sunday. It is going to be feeling more like summer, though, here during the afternoons, both Saturday and Sunday. High temperatures climb into the mid to even upper 80s, so not quite feeling like fall yet. We will start off, though, Saturday morning feeling great in the low 60s with some patchy fog across the area. I'm meteorologist Anthony Baglione in the Weather Center.
Currently from the KTC Broadcasting Studios, it's 11:16, and the temperature is 70 degrees.
The Yamaha Get Out and Ride sales event is underway at Full Throttle Powersports in Lowell. Get 3.9% APR financing and up to $3,500 cash with approved credit for qualified buyers. But that's not all. Suzuki Fest is underway with 2.9% APR financing for 36 months for qualified buyers. And get the hottest ride of the summer with the Yamaha Slingshot with no money down or 5.99% APR financing for qualified buyers or $1,000 in customer cash. Come in for the details at Full Throttle Powersports, 101 Indian Walk in Lowell. Online at ncfullthrottle.com.
When you talk about a pizza buffet, you must be talking about Pizza Inn in Shelby. There's no better pizza buffet around, including a huge salad bar too. All of your favorites, or special order the pizza of your choice. During lunch, it's only $10.99 and $12.99 for dinner Monday through Friday, $12.99 on weekends. It's the ultimate pizza buffet all day, every day. Since 1958, it's Pizza Inn, located in Shelby at 127 East Dixon Boulevard. For orders to go, call 704-482-2441. That's Pizza Inn of Shelby. Get the fire you desire on your new backyard grill from Future Energy Company in Shelby. Grilling season is here. Come in and see the line of Napoleon grills. The new Freestyle with a 10-year warranty is only $4.99. And take a look at the Napoleon Prestige with a lifetime warranty. Check out the Big Green Egg and the Primo grills and the Green Mountain Pellet Grill. And the Broilmaster 84XN grill is now 40% off at Future Energy Company, 130 West Graham Street in Shelby, online at futureenergyco.com. Like them on Facebook, too. At McKinney Insurance in Shelby, they want you to know that not all insurance agencies are created equal. They go out of their way to treat their clients like people and use their combined experience of over 50 years to protect what you value most in life. McKinney Insurance is an authorized Erie insurance agency that can help you with your personal business, life, and motorcycle insurance. For your free quote, call or come by today, 113 North Lafayette Street in Shelby. Call 704-481-7522. That's 704-481-7522. And congratulations to the Cleveland County Fair on their 100th anniversary. Buying or selling your home or land? Then talk with Diane Ledbetter Real Estate in Shelby. Chances are you know Diane. She's been working in the local real estate market for over 37 years. Her expertise and knowledge of our area can help you get the best dollar for your home or land. Just call 704-481-7523 or visit their office at 2015 East Marion Street in Shelby, right across from the Cleveland Mall, and online at DianeLedbetterRealEstate.com. Free gas for a year from Renato Kia in Shelby. Come in and find out the details. Yes, free gas for a year. And check out the great deals, like a 2024 Kia Soul, only $190 a month. The 2024 Kia Sorento, $270 per month. And ask about 0.9% APR financing for up to 48 months, plus a $750 owner loyalty bonus. Come in for all the details at Renato Kia at Renato Auto Mall, 4425 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby, online at RenatoKia.com.
All right, good evening, everybody, and welcome back to the Full Throttle Powersports of Lowell post-game show, scoreboard show. We got all kinds of scores and highlights to go over. We got our numbers bookkeeping, Cleveland County Player of the Week to nominate. Our stats coming in, waiting on the burn stats, and then we'll be ready to let you guys know who our MVP is this week in Cleveland County. Let me give you some scores around the area. We do got a bunch of finals that have come in. Crest 29, Ashbrook 12, North Lincoln 39-14 over Statesville, Kings Mountain 39-13 over Huss, Hickory 42-21 over East Lincoln, Forest View 14-7 over North Gaston, South Point 44-7 over Kramer. West Iredale falls 56-40 at St. Stephen's. Watauga wins 47-21 over North Davidson. Irwin 55-14 over Inca. Oak Grove 34-3 over High Brighton. Reynolds 56-6 over North Buncombe. And Ford does not end the losing streak. They fall at home against North Iredale 23-16. Hendersonville 19-14 over RS Central. Bandy 17-15 over West Lincoln. Bunker Hill 32-14 over Lincoln. And Brevard 24-21 over East Rutherford. Newton Conover 35-7 over West Caldwell. 47-21 North Surrey beats Wilkes Central. 48-13 Surrey Central beats North Wilkes, if you can figure that out. West Wilkes 20-16 over Fort Bush. Shelby wins tonight. The Squeak Spine Cherryville 70-6. Burns 56-8 over Highland Tech. Pine Lake Prep 30-28 over Mountain Island Charter. Community School of Davidson 42-7 over Bishop McGinnis. Owen falls 28-3 at home against Drone. Mount Airy blanks North Stokes 55-0. 61-12 Corvion beats Winston-Salem Prep. 28-13 the Elkin Bucking Bucks beat the South Soak Soras. And Dennis, for the worst prediction of the night, we got to go back to the pregame.
All right, I got it right here.
You said anybody and everybody was going to be Avery County, and they won 50-0 tonight.
Avery County won 50-0.
Yes, they did, Dennis. I
that's
remember your
right.
exact
I forgot to
words.
count in the Woolly Worm Festival that's going to go on up there.
Yeah, you missed that one.
I missed that one, just slightly.
Only by like 60
But wait a minute,
points.
didn't Cherryville beat Avery?
Yeah, Cherryville did beat Avery.
Wow.
Now explain to me how Cherryville beat them, and then they lose tonight 50-0.
Well, Cherryville lost, so that means Shelby could beat Rosman at least 120-0.
At least
if they tried. So yeah. So
The running clock would not.
Rossman always contend for the state championship in the 1A. They normally pretty good.
Did you ever get a score on Thomas Jefferson and Bessemer City? Nope. Will somebody call in and tell us the score, please?
So,
I guess I can turn myself on.
Oh,
there.
and Steve had a protest while you were doing these.
Oh, goodness.
He said
Get my
that the
team to
Shelby
shut out
Golden
now.
Lions had 70, but Steve,
I need my defense to get the shutout. That's the decal.
Okay.
You said 6.
Did I say 6?
You did.
Oh, 70 to 6.
That's
7 to
yeah,
no.
that's the extra decal for the defense guy.
70 to no.
So we're going to pull up the highlights here in just a second for tonight's game. Real quick, updated PowerPoint standings. Number 15, North Iredale. Number 14, Hendersonville. Number 13, Burns. Number 12, Shelby. Number 11, Bunker Hill. Number 10, East Lincoln. Number 9, Kings Mountain. Ashbrook falls from 4 to 8 tonight. Maiden moves up from 8 to 7. South Point moves up from 9 to 6. North Lincoln, they're actually 1 point still behind Statesville, but by my rules, if you're next to each other in the poll and you have beat that team,
right,
you get that spot. So North Lincoln gets the 4 spot with only 10 power points over Statesville's 11 power points at 5. Crest will be number 3. Hickory will be number 2. They've give up 49 points on the year at 4-0 with 12 power points. And next week's number 1 team will be the Bandy's Trojans with 12 power points, 4-0, and they've only given up 47 points. So they get the 1 spot for giving up 2 less points than Hickory has all season. So Bandy's is your new number 1 for next week. Hickory 2, Crest 3, North Lincoln 4, Statesville 5, and we'll go from there and have that published next week on KTC.
Do them two play each other?
Do 1 and 2 play each other? No, they're in different conferences.
Oh, okay.
They don't.
Okay.
They don't, Steve. But we did have 4. We had 8 of our top 11 teams play each other tonight, and so we had a big,
I was listening.
big night with that. That's pretty exciting. So we do got some of our Players of the Week's nominees in. We're still waiting on Burns to get in, and we'll take care of that.
It's a big week, and you hear the numbers this week for the Cleveland County Player of the Week. This is a big week. Some numbers are disturbing.
Well, it's not even going to be close with the Player of the Week.
Some numbers are disturbing.
It's not going to be close.
Very disturbing.
wait a minute. Folks, the way I understand it, we all get 1 vote. Just like in the big election, everybody gets 1 vote. And so, Will, your vote's just as important as mine. Steve, yours is just as important as mine. And Kevin's. And there's 4
but we
of
still
us.
got to send it to the Electoral College.
Oh.
All right, let's do some highlights.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Before we send it to the Electoral College, we the only one that the extra is if somebody's calling you.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a second, but we're going to do our highlights now. Just say, go ahead, Will, with what she's about to say.
So we don't have the extra left.
It's 4 votes.
Oh, yeah. You talk about to break it?
Yeah.
Oh,
We'll let Mrs. break it, Ty. We already know who she's going to vote for anyway, so I don't even know. It's already 2 against y'all. I already know. Finally got some help.
Did you enjoy that fine soft drink that you got a while ago? Just remember where you got it.
We'll go by the store and get you a case, baby.
Steve, remember, you're playing with a professional politician here. I know all the tricks.
All right, so let's go over some highlights for the folks at home. I don't have earphones. Let's see. There's your first score when y'all went up 7-0, Steve.
Yeah, that's J.J. Williams, number 11. If you can see, broke 2 or 3 tackles to take it in for the touchdown. That's probably
was this a pass or
pass 80. That's about 85 yards from land. That was our first score of the game right there. He broke those right there. He broke 2 or 3 tackles to get in for the score.
And y'all scored 70 tonight, right?
70.
Well, that's great, Steve. I'm glad to know that y'all can
even got a safety and
get the old offense wound up here.
Well,
now I can hear you guys.
A game like tonight would definitely even though he didn't get to take seven tosses, but it would give Land the confidence back where they need.
All right, that made it 7-0. So our highlights are going to switch back and forth between games. This is Kings Mountain going up 7-0 on this little short yard handoff against Huss. Back over to Cherryville. Shelby going up 14-0. Let's hand off. Number 0, Steve.
Yep. Kristen Tate, untouched.
And this is a big run from Ashbrook. I mean, not Ashbrook, Hunter Huss against Kings Mountain. You know, I'm going to pull some Washington off. How about that? And then we can recognize this young man.
12.
Yeah, he was gone.
he already back at the huddle. He back at the school for the team got there.
that is senior Gene Neely. Senior Gene Neely on that touchdown run. And that was for, of course, like I said, Hunter Huss.
The only thing that slowed him down, Steve, was that hill over there at Kings.
How about this play, guys? Touchdown, stripped from behind, fumble, picks it up and scores.
How about that?
Catches the pass, strip fumble, and score. And that's number 1 for Kings Mountain. I'll tell you who that is in just a second. Give me 1 second. That's the number 1, right?
Yeah.
Number 1. That'll be easy to find on the roster. That is Mr. Jaden Gash. Jaden Gash for the touchdown. Where did the video? There it goes. So I think it's a clean play, right?
That's a mean play for number 5.
He caught it, though, didn't he?
He caught it. He took 3 steps.
Yeah, he made a football move, fumbled, wasn't tackled, and then picked it up.
Good play from 5. He
kind of
quit on the play. He kind of quit on the play. Like safeties, like right here, watch him stop. If he follows, he probably ends up on that football right there instead of 1, and it's a touchdown. So y'all talk about that in the team meeting, wouldn't you, Steve?
Yes, we would. You never give up.
I think this is a Farmer touchdown. Scrambling around the end.
I think he runs it in himself.
Yep. That's his touchdown run. Then you guys blocked a punt down here. This made it 22-0.
Thank you. Yeah, because we missed the extra point.
All right, here's you a play from you.
That's the one I'm talking about. The guy's shoe came off.
And the safety didn't clean it up.
He's scoring with no shoe on.
And he scores. Shoot! What's his name again?
Tyler Morgan.
Shoeless. Tyler Morgan with a touchdown.
Look at that.
Now, that could be nominated for play of the week, but, Steve, we got a Hail Mary in here.
Yeah, Chris.
Yeah.
Well, we make him co-play. We can give him a try.
Here's the going lines, looking deep, right side, cross, and then the Ironman DBs get crossed up.
Marjay Thompson, number 2.
He just snuck down the side.
Oh, my.
How about
nice? That's a good call.
How about back over to Kings Mountain for this touchdown? Post right down the middle of the field.
Where's the safety?
I like that.
He got caught looking in the
Biting.
backfield. got caught looking in the backfield.
Biting on what he shouldn't have been. I mean,
I think he still was looking for his friend who kept running.
Yeah. No, that's the same one that stopped running.
Yeah.
So he's going to have some film duty this week.
Yes.
Sorry, Bub.
Might be on the bench. And that's also that's our backup guy right there. We call him JT. Jalen Tate takes it up the gut, straight up the gut for about a 50-yard touchdown run. Look at the speed. And fellas, he's our backup. He's our second team running back. Sometime third, depending on Nick Norris.
That made it 50-0.
Ooh.
And we got a big hit tonight. This is the running back delivering it.
Hill.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Listen up, folks on the radio.
Listen.
Ooh. That's the running back hitting the linebacker.
What you just heard is the difference in Kings Mountain from the first of the year until now.
That's mean, Doc. That's mean. I don't care who you are. This is the type of plays you look for. That's mean. He took him in the end zone.
Keep hitting that sound. Yeah, he took him. He went to 3 and landed inside the end zone.
What's that guy used to play for Seattle? What's his name?
Marshawn Lynch. Run through a mother's face is what he used to say. Here's Shelby again going. This made it 56.
Take it again. Untouched.
How about Kings Mountain going up 38-6 and the handoff right guard. And then another one. This made it 39-6 field goal for Kings Mountain to top it off for them. That was with the 13.
What number was
that? Number 3 for Hunter Huss. So there's your Huss and Kings Mountain and Shelby and Cherryville highlights. Now see if I can find some other ones here.
Listen, now we might have that player of the week. We probably got a pretty good battle for player of the week because that Hill touchdown was pretty strong too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but that's just one play. The mother kids made more than one play.
It's called play of the week.
Player.
No, not the player.
Oh, you talking about the play of the week? Okay,
play, yeah.
I got you. My fault, brother.
See, the problem, Steve, is y'all had so many touchdowns, you don't know which one to pick.
Oh, I know which one I'm gonna pick.
I think the shoeless.
The shoeless.
I think the
shoeless Joe Johnson. Shoeless Joe Johnson playing football, number 19.
Folks, if you're out at the games and you've got a video of the bands or your homecoming queens, please send them to us. Tag us at KTC Broadcasting, KTC Sports. We'll post them and recognize the young ladies and the young men in the bands at homecoming courts here in the next couple of weeks. I've got Cherryville. I don't know if I got their winner's name, but I've got some highlights. I'm going to pull that up here in a second. I can't find Landon. There we go. Let's see if Landon's got any video from RS Central. Here's a touchdown late in the game for RS, but they couldn't come up victorious tonight against Henderson. Henderson 19-7, or was that the final score?
19-14.
Here's a extra point off RS Central's earlier score. Now let's go over. Let's see. So trying to remember where all my people were tonight. Let's go over these Crest highlights now between them and Ashbrook. Let me make sure that's the only ones I got. Who else was anywhere? So I didn't have anybody there. Okay. I guess we good. I think I got everything. All right. So let's go over to Crest and Ashbrook for these highlights. Shannon Allen was over at the game for us for this one. So we're going to start off Ashbrook. Crest starts off 7-0 with a 71-yard touchdown. McSwain to Tajay Brewer. McSwain has some big throws tonight. And that is the definition
wide open
of the safety team. Steve, what's the safety's win job?
He had
be the deepest man.
Two receivers in the same area. Somebody was on the wrong route.
No, he got caught looking in the back. Look at it. He said,
we'll just say they didn't call double posting.
Right, because both of them got beat. Both of the backs, DBs got beat on that play.
Turn that down. All right, Ashbrook scores on the handoff here, off out of the shotgun left side.
That's a big boy. Shoot hand and lineman.
Now Ashbrook does have some big boys, Steve.
Shoot hand and lineman. What number is 16?
18.
He just ran through this.
16.
Who is this up here on tackling?
It says running back Martino Smith.
Good.
Martino
Smith. Can't see that number.
It's a big boy.
I'm going to see if I get his name. Ashbrook. Is that 16 or 18?
Can't tell.
Well, I know his name, so. And he, on the list. It's listed as Martino Smith. Oh, he's listed as number 10. That's number 10.
That's
okay, we got it. Number 10, Martino. All right. Nice little run there from him. Now let's go over. Crest takes a 12-7 lead by number 8 on this run, and that, I do have that. That is Anthony McLean, Ashbrook's
sophomore quarterback.
Number 8, so yeah, sophomore, 5'9", 135 quarterback runs it in for
Lord mercy,
the Greenwood.
Here's the play.
Here's your play, guys. Here's your Hail Mary.
Watch this.
all them shirts down there.
Look at here.
Looky what I found, Mama.
Let's show this again for the folks at home.
And after that was no good. They scored again, did they?
I hear you, Miss Swain. That's the throw. Mike. That's
Hey, count them, y'all.
That's
There's 5.
That's tough.
That's at least 5.
That's
One, two,
6.
3, 4.
There's 6
5.
hats.
6.
There's 6 white hats right
That's
there.
and you ain't got
two
11.
Crest.
5. You ain't got 11. So the other 5 rush the
Well,
quarterback.
there's 2 more right there.
2 more.
So they got 8 people within 20 yards.
And Chris got 2 guys down there, and then one of the Chris guys caught the ball. Wow.
He high pointed the ball though.
And he bobbled it too.
Well, yeah.
He high pointed the ball.
He
went
caught
up.
it over
That's
his
perfect.
shoulder like that.
Well, what's bad, it's not like he caught it in the end zone. He still had to run like 7 yards.
Yeah.
He didn't catch it in the end zone.
They stunned him, I guess. And you notice after that.
He caught it on the 10. 9,
that is
the
the
9.
9.
Yeah.
Started the 10.
He can't. And they
That's unfair because he had on 2 shoes.
They still had 9 yards to tackle him with.
And they still couldn't get him down. They were stunned.
What a play from the
That was a nice play.
halftime Hail Mary.
And
Sets them up.
I think after that, Ashbrook never scored again, did they?
No.
That was
If it ended up
that
12.
probably that momentum just killed him.
Here's McSwain to Edwards. This made it 22-12. Little out and up. Nice little catch.
Oh,
for
that's a
Edwards.
good catch. That's a good catch.
Aiden Carson, number 1 for Crest, runs it in.
That boy good.
That
Aiden's a
was
monster.
36 or 7-yard run for Mr. Carson. All right, then here's a sack for Pryor. Got to quarterback pretty
We
quick.
play defense too, by the way.
Oh, and that's going to be it here for those highlights, guys. So there's your highlights this week. All right, Player of the Week nominees.
Dun, 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 dun.
Still never got nothing from Tom.
No, he did. Lawrence
No, he said.
He said a name.
the
He was going to send
quarterback.
me. He's going to send me.
McGowan.
Send me the
McGowan. That's
Yeah.
what he said. McGowan.
Send me the
like
stats.
70-something yard rushing and 50-something yard passing, other way around.
So
something like
Marshall McGowan was the nominee. We had the nominee from Kings Mountain. Where did I put that sheet of paper?
T.J. Armstrong.
T.J. Armstrong.
He had
Shelby's
3 touchdowns
Is he the
and
guy that,
over 200 yards passing.
Hit that linebacker and drove him into the end zone.
and in Crest nominee was Michael Edwards. But folks, the MVP this week, I'm not even going to let y'all vote on it because
Land.
It's Land
let
Farmer.
me say it. Let me say it.
Go ahead and say it.
It's happened to be our quarterback, Shelby High School. Number 8, Land Farmer. Land's had a rough year this year. Going into this game, I think he had maybe 7 interceptions and 5 touchdowns. And tonight, Land, you had 4 touchdowns, 6 or 7 for 300 and how many yards? Like 304 touchdowns, and he also ran one in himself.
6 of 7.
6 or 7.
Guys, listen to this. I'm going to say this out loud again. 6 of 7, 312 yards.
And 4 TDs.
Will, why did you get 350 yards? Well, I threw an incompletion.
Yeah. He actually threw.
My bad. Why did you get 5 touchdowns? Well, one of them. See, he only completed 6 passes, 4 touchdowns, and 312 yards. That's it. He just set a career high for half the quarterbacks. On
Never
this
played.
list.
He never played. And never played the second half.
I was about to say, he didn't play the second quarter.
No, he never played the second half, gentlemen. Which we also got a kid on our team, number 37. If you can put his name up, he's. I hope the parents don't get mad. He's just show you what kind of coach we got. Coach Wilbank. He's still autistic, special needs kid.
Mm-hmm.
We even let him run the ball tonight, gentlemen. We put him in the game and let him play. He's just an inspiration to us.
Did you say 37?
Number 37.
Ashton McCombs?
Ashton McCombs. He's just a very, very inspiration to us at Shelby. We love him to death. He's always at practice. He does exactly what he's supposed to do on time. And fellas, he can really, really run. So you have to show him what to line up and everything. And coach even put him in the backfield and let him run the ball once. He fumbled, but he ran it. So that just shows you the kind of coaches we got. He lined up outside one time. Maybe we'd have told the referee what we was doing. he probably went to 25 sides, but we left him in the game and let him run.
Oh, the ref threw the flags on him.
Threw the flag on him because he lined up off sides, which just a learning process for these young men. So this just goes out to say to kids that it doesn't matter what it is. If you got the heart to play, you can play. You can play.
All right,
you
Will.
can play.
I got you a quick story.
I'm listening.
Now, I've got the worst luck in the world. I can sit here and watch parent after fan after coach yell at referees and everything else. And I never say a word. And every time I do say a word, I get fussed at. It's amazing. So I was at a football game this week.
Uh-oh.
Opening kickoff. The line drive hits the receiving team player in the chest. The ball hits the ground. The team I'm pulling for clearly lands on the ball. Nobody else fell on the ball. The referee from the other side of the field comes over and waves it off and says it's the other team's ball. So our fans, started losing their ever-loving minds, which they should have because everybody in the world can see our team has the ball. Everybody's yelling, you're awful, all this stuff. The one that made the referee mad, Will, was mine. He stopped the game, blew the whistle, and walked over to try to figure out who said it. I said, y'all boys really need to get off the DraftKings on these middle school games.
Good job.
Will, he blew the whistle, stopped it. He was about to mark the ball to start the game. This is the opening kickoff. And it got quiet, and I yelled, you boys really got to get off them DraftKings in these middle school games. Boo! We ain't going to have that, coach. You're going to shut your fans up. And he just started walking straight towards us, yelling about our fans not going to be disrespectful about that. Now, the man next to me just told him they were awful. You're blind. You suck. You stink. All these names are thrown at him. But my comment about DraftKings just pissed him off to no end. He come over, he was starting pointing at fans. He couldn't figure out who it was. Nobody snitching over here, obviously. We're all just like, pick one of us out, bro. But that just really, really pissed him. And that made me think, if he got that mad over that comment, maybe he does have some money on it. Maybe he does have some money on it. But it ended up being, so, a few plays later, so they get the ball. Right before halftime, the other team runs the ball, clock's running, right? So they don't go to spike it. They go to just to hike it with like 5 seconds. I'm going to estimate, guys, 3 to 5 players were moving and not set. Referees let it go. So they got 2 touchdowns in the first half, 24-0 at halftime, and 2 of them were complete BS. And old referee getting mad at me about the DraftKings. Well, obviously it looks like
maybe because you was the coach.
He got really mad about that. And that's why I was like, man, he must have a gambling problem. Because people don't usually get mad until you push the right button or say the right thing about it. I think he's got a gambling problem. Y'all need to check on that.
The man was betting on the middle school.
There was no other explanation, Will. Our team is holding the football, and you said other way. I don't know what to do with that.
You was a coach. He probably didn't think that would come from a coach.
No, I wasn't a coach. I was a fan.
Oh, Lord.
He was in the stands.
No, it wasn't in the stands. That there is no stands, so you're on the track 10 feet from the field. So the referee was from me to you when he come over to fuss, figure out who the referee. He was trying to figure out who the fan was, and he was like right there yelling at us that we all need to shut up and not be disrespectful to him. So anyway, if y'all want to know how to piss the referee off, tell him he's on DraftKings.
To all referees, call the game. The people in the stands just grown. You can't point your finger and say nothing to them. Just call the game.
Wow, I ain't never seen anything.
And let the kids play out. let the fish. Some of these kids, you can call hold on every play, Will. And then you can call hold on every play.
You call the one that's bad enough to call.
Yeah, let them play. We got a lot of holding calls tonight on Shelby. What if they was holding? I was on long runs. Like Jay Money, number 6, he picked one off and ran it back for a touchdown. They called it a legal block. So we had a
listen. Y'all got 70. Y'all
Nick
could be
Norris.
called for
I'm just saying
something.
Nick Norris. Nick Norris ran a touchdown long. They call it back holding.
Cheating.
So
get back.
But we
get back. Y'all don't need them points.
But we scored in. We scored again. But
all right, let me give you guys the final scores on the radio before we get out of here. Crest 29-12 over Ashbrook. North Lincoln 39-14 over Statesville. Kings Mountain 39-13 over Huss. Hickory 42-21 over East Lincoln. Forest View 14-7 over North Gaston. South Point 44-7 over Kramer. Hendersonville 19-14 over RS Central. Bandy 17-15 over West Lincoln. Bunker Hill 32-14 over Ligon and East Rutherford. Falls 24-21 against Brevard. Newton Conover 35-7 over West Caldwell. Don't have a final one made. Last up we had, they were up 29-6. Freedom 63-7 over Chase. Shelby 70-0 over Cherryville. Bessemer City 56-7 against Jefferson. Burns 56-8 against Highland Tech. Pine Lake Prep 30-28 over Mountain Island. Drone 28-3 over Owen, and Ford Falls 23-16 against North Iredale. Those are our local scores. I'm not going to give the rest of them. Besides Dennis's worst pick of the night, Avery County 50, Rosman nothing.
You're not going to let you let it down, Dennis.
Oh, tomorrow, Dennis is not as bad as Tom's Notre Dame pick this week. He picked Purdue to win, and Notre Dame won 66-7. So
well, that's
can't be that bad,
Steve. That's why I get the big bucks.
I
You got to have the knowledge to know what to do.
All right, boys, we got to get out of here. Thanks to Pete's Fish Box for our dinner tonight, and full power. I'm going to say that. Full Throttle Powersports of Lowell, sponsoring our post-game show. It's just a mouthful trying to say that. All right, guys, thanks for coming in tonight. Tomorrow on the morning show, we got college football, NFL.
You gonna pick the play of the week? You gonna put it up?
Oh, you want the play of the week?
You gonna put it
we
up?
ain't gonna vote on it. We know what the play of the week is. Now, Steve, we'll quit. I got like 60 seconds here, so I can't even pull it up.
Let's say co-player. Let's say co-play.
Co-play of the week.
Yes.
Co-play of the week.
We'll go
the
cold
play of the week.
Okay.
So we've got so for Shelby,
Tyler Morgan.
Tyler Morgan lost his shoe.
Shoeless
Tyler Morgan lost his shoe.
Shoeless Tyler Morgan.
Let's see. Yeah, they did.
That was Miss Barkers. I told our kids that's a disgrace. I was hurt.
Here's your. I think this is your play where he lost his shoe. Not it's the next one.
Shoeless Tyler Morgan.
That wasn't Tyler. Is this one?
That's
him, right? Shoe come off right there. See, white socks and on. Kept running.
Tyler Morgan with the shoeless play, and then of course our Hail Mary. Oh, I'm not going over there anyway. I done lost him. All right, we got to get out of here. I gotta start hitting buttons.
I'm glad these boys aren't running real elections.
Here in a minute. It's usually how it goes, isn't it? All right, folks. I think we're gonna wrap.
Just have a runoff.
We're gonna wrap it up for that. We'll see you guys next week on KDCBroadcasting.com.
only do things incredible can. Cause I am the seed of a chosen breed. You don't see too many like me. Cause I am one of the reasons you do what you do when you wanna be me instead of you. Cause I am.